So yeah, on today's, I haven't done a video in ages actually because I've been working 7 days a week and I've been doing jits 7 days a week, plus a wee bit of weight. So I feel like that's why I got that wee bit of cold sore and I'm busted. So on today's video, I thought I'll get Will on for a bit of a chat. Say hi, Will.
Hi.
Hi, Will.
Hi, Will.
And we're basically going to cover everything from being a wee bit fatter in your 40s, the Jiu Jitsu journey, winning first competition, getting blue belt, fitness, fear, health, training, nutrition, all sorts of that sort of shizzle. So we'll just cover it. So it'll obviously be like a 4-hour chat and we'll cut it down to 10 minutes. Sweet. So quick intro. So back with Will. Will's going to give us a bit of background about pre-training in your 40s, carrying that wee bit of weight, general lifestyle, general how you felt. Give us a bit of that for people watching, sort of maybe in the same boat and want to sort of.
Okay. Yeah, I was in my 40s. Overweight. I was probably touching 95 kilos. Pretty happy.
That was your biggest.
That was my biggest.
Which is this is 95 kg. I'll throw one of your photos in here. That'll be from 95 kg. Yeah.
Yeah. So sitting. I'd had a knee operation. I got an ACL operation on my knee when I was about 39. But put weight on, stuff. Thought I'm gonna have to do something here. This is probably mid 40s. Hadn't done anything since the operation. Just fed up, just being overweight and stuff and not being fit, and ended up with contacted Neil, got chatting, online, back and forward. I said, right, that doesn't sound good shit.
Yeah.
So along to Neil's on a Saturday, started training a bit of calisthenics. He introduced me then to like flow and movement type stuff, and I thought, yeah, that'd be good. So we started doing a bit of that. My real initial goal was to lose weight, really, to get rid of the dad bod, try and get, not to have a beach body, but be in general fitness, general good shape, and happy with myself in general. So yeah, I started training, and then after that I started thinking about, maybe get a bit of strength here and start doing a bit of weights. So then we introduced a bit of weights, and
this is a big part of training where a lot of guys want to come in. You see this all the time. That they want to, maybe just hit the beach body thing straight away or whatever. Whereas we did it as the movement was the prerequisites, because you were quite stiff, and you were a bit you were kind of a wee bit of weight. You weren't at 95, but you were closer to 90, top 80s.
Probably top 80s, 90.
Yeah, so top 80s, 90s. So you're still a wee bit stiff, carrying a wee bit of weight. So I remember doing the calisthenics stuff. Calisthenics is body weight sort of training, but we were doing a lot of the GMB stuff, which is the flow type idea, just trying to move a wee bit better. You have to look and say, well, what can you do and what can you not do? And you layer another bit on, and then what can you do, what can you not do? You layer another bit, and you try and make it where you go from being Will to Will 2.0 essentially.
Yeah.
So early strength training was the basics, I suppose.
The basics, yeah. You started me on the basics, deadlifting, squatting,
bit of push and pull.
Pull-ups, chin-ups.
Dips.
Dips.
So we were doing a Saturday workout. It was pretty much a full body, all over thing, strength with a wee bit of movement sort of mixed in. And then what were you doing yourself?
Well, at home it was just with dumbbells, really, dumbbells and a bench. It was just bench pressing, shoulder pressing, bent over rows, and then with the flow and stuff with that, bear crawls.
Monkey frogger
type stuff, yeah.
A lot of people not have a clue what we're talking about, but basically just moving through shapes that are just trying to make you a wee bit better, and it all complements. If you're moving that wee bit better, you'll have less friction when you're doing your strength stuff. So then your strength goes up, and that helps your movement, and it's that lovely sort of
that's the flow stuff. Definitely likes the bear crawls and the froggers and stuff like that. It definitely does help your strength. It's surprising how quickly your strength will build through that. And as Neil says, it's not beach body, go to the gym, bench press 100 kg. It's surprising how well it does work.
It's funny, I have a guy actually at the minute training with me, and he's a great example of this because he came to me as a broken guy, touching 60, right? And there's a couple of injuries, a couple of niggles and stuff. And he says, I want to feel better in my joints, I want to move better. And it's lovely because I'm giving him the stuff he wants and he needs. And some guys it's quite hard because they come to you and say, I want a beach body. But I'm like, but you need to move a wee bit better first. You're going to hurt yourself. And it's trying to just take it back a wee touch. And so it's nice when you're coming at it from, yeah, I want to look better, but I want to feel better. I want to feel better myself. I want to move a wee bit better. And you were doing the Tai Chi at the time?
I was doing Tai Chi at the time, yeah. Tai Chi is great. It's good for the mind. You know, and it does give you that wee bit of flow, but no, nothing compared to what
Came next.
Yeah.
So talk to me about Jiu Jitsu the first time. What was that?
Yeah, well, as Neil was saying, I got my ear bent every Saturday about Jiu Jitsu and how great Jiu Jitsu was. So I thought, I'm going to have to see what this is all about, because at the time,
You doing my Tetsu?
I thought Brazilian Jiu Jitsu was just the same as traditional Jiu Jitsu,
I know.
and then I got versed in that.
How dare you? Good sir, please leave my establishment.
So I thought to myself, I'm going to have to check this out. That first night to go to Jiu Jitsu, and I nearly didn't go. I nearly thought, no, I can't do this, because it was putting me out of my comfort zone.
I love
really.
this because people automatically, when they see people who have done well, like you'll see some of the stuff here, but there is that
fear,
and it's a thing, and I know because there's another story I want to come to shortly, but that the hardest part of anything's getting through the doors, and you're going to see it with January. You know, people joining gyms and stuff.
So I went in and sat at the back of the hall on the bench, scared, looking at all these guys, and I thought at the time, I know them all now, and they're all lovely guys, but at the time I thought, gee, I'm going to get campy here. What am I doing?
Yeah.
Joined in the training, I think, after you get a couple of weeks free, so after the first, second, third night of this, I thought, I love this.
Right, and then talk to me about your Sunday. So Sunday started,
yeah. Well, that was actually part of my week. It was every other Sunday, I'd say a Friday I do nothing, and every other Sunday I do nothing. But then on another Sunday, again through a guy I've met through Jiu Jitsu, Michael, he does a lot of hiking in the mornings.
I did a mornings video with Michael, No Hair Grills, and he knows that place like the back of his hand. I don't think like he's crazy. So yeah, the Sunday sessions sort of started because I think I did the one with Michael. We went up in the mornings, and then you said to me, oh, "I'd love to do that." And then did you get chatting to him?
Yeah,
and it started, I think, just off the back of
again,
that.
it was just because I remember you'd see his stuff online and chat to him, and it was the distances he was doing. He'd maybe doing about 16, 17k, and I thought to myself, I don't know if I'd be able to do that.
This comes back to the fear thing we were sort of talking about earlier, where I think a lot of guys in their 40s especially, they don't want to go to a swimming pool and take their top off. They don't want to go to a kids' sports day and get asked to do something. They don't want to have, there's a fitness or a lack thereof will put the brakes on a lot of life. And it's funny where instantly you look at him doing those big walks and go, I'll not be able to do it, therefore I can't do that thing. And it's a terrible place to be where you feel like, because you know he was great at this week, Kevin. I remember saying to Kevin, do you want to go? Now Kevin's 63. He did the other video, and I says, Kevin, do you want to go coast here? And he says, 100%. Put me down for it. What is it? And I love that about him. I just love the fact because he's done fucking Everest and everything. And his video's class. You can go and check it out. But that idea of when you think about going for a walk up in the mornings with Michael, it's not imagine the views or get some great photos or that would be a really good day out. It's do I have the capacity, the work capacity?
Could I do that?
Could I do it? And that's mad that used to be a thing because also you do it regular now and it's not a thing. And going back to the likes of your nutrition, which we haven't really got into, you were 95 kg, got down to that sort of 90. What brought you from 95 to 90?
really thinking about it. Well, no, I did actually. We're in work, guys in work. We decide, right, we're going to lose weight. So we throw £2 in every week, weigh ourselves out once a week, and then give each other stick because we haven't lost weight. But sometimes when I get into things, I can go head deep in them, and I thought, right, I am going to use this as an opportunity
A bit of a kickstart.
to drop a bit of a kickstart, yeah. But I ended up, I did it all wrong. I ended up, I think when I first came to you, told me to keep a diary of what I ate, and I think my calorie intake was something like 1,200 calories a day or something like that, and
And you were busted.
I was busted.
Yeah, I remember you being busted.
I was climbing the stairs at home, and I wondered what it was because I had no understanding of nutrition, and I just thought, you lose weight, you stop eating. Well, not stop eating, but stop eating as much and try to eat healthy stuff.
And it's funny what defines healthy. There's obviously a bit of a spectrum there. The 1,200 calories is often a number that comes out of the blue. It's like, well, why not 1,100? Why not 1,300? People have a 1,200 calorie or an 1,800 calorie. They have a fixed figure as opposed to the sort of stuff we do where it's like, well, show me what you're doing and then we'll tweak it. Because a lot of people are against the likes of food diaries and doing any sort of tracking. But I see it no different to looking at your bank balance and having a bit, you're having some sort of idea at the start, and then you can work out, well, I'm spending too little or too much, or I'm not saving enough, or whatever it is. You have to have some sort of, at the start of when someone starts training, you do want to have a bit of data collection in terms of, what are you lifting, where do you want to lift, what do you want to get to, what's your food diary like, and again, it's looking for mistakes. Do you know what I mean? And the big thing was where you would have been in the past, I think, is you would have been the guy who did diet and exercise, and whereas now you're the guy who has training and nutrition, and that to me is the switch. When guys go from being that beginner guy who I want a beach body, I'm eating 1,200 calories, I'm busted, but I have a short-term goal, and now it's like I eat to perform, I need calories, I need food for sparring on a Saturday with me, you go up the mountain with Heaney on a Sunday, general jits training, flow, walking the dog, and there is that sort of shift. So in terms of that initial food diary sort of stuff, and how did that progress? What's your...
Yeah, well, from the food, when I first showed you the food diary, you went, I can't remember the comment you made, but it was something like a... yeah. You said, like, I want you eating this amount of calories. And I went, I'm never going to be able to eat that amount of calories. But I ended up, I got up near it, and I actually felt myself getting stronger and feeling healthier, eating more food, and it was like a light bulb sort of moment for me, going, I was doing this completely wrong.
It's finding that sweet spot, and this is a trial and error thing, and you make mistakes on it, whatever. But if you want to lose body fat, you need to be in a calorie deficit, and we know that. It's talked about everywhere. You need to be in a calorie deficit. But at that, I'm also thinking about where do I bump up the nutrition. So it's trying to keep a calorie deficit, but your calorie deficit was probably 2,000 calories below what you needed it, as opposed to just shaving it down slightly and looking at where can I get more protein in, more fiber in, and more water in, and more activity in. A lot of what we would try to do was get more in, as opposed to that you'd always been like, I'm going to take more out. And there is that sweet spot where, say, your calories are so low, you might be in this mad deficit, but you're too busted to train. You naturally start sitting when you would have walked or stood, and you just become a wee bit more sloth-like. Whereas you inject a wee bit more calories sort of in, you feel like you want to do more, you get stronger, you can train harder, you build more muscle, you can walk further, you can spar harder, whatever. So it's like, there is that definite sort of sweet spot. So that's an initial mistake. So yeah, one of the goals was competing in Jiu Jitsu. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, well, at the start, it wasn't on the radar at all. Like, if somebody had said to me competing, I would have went, no way. I had thought about it, but then I went, no, I don't think I would do that. Again, it was fear. It just wasn't in my comfort zone, and it was just general fear. I couldn't do this. I'm too old to do this. And then the more I trained and the more I got into my training, doing the jiu-jitsu, I thought, yeah, I think I would like to have a crack at this, just to
Just
test,
to
just to
test
test
yourself.
myself, yeah, just to put myself in the situation where I know I'm going to be out of my comfort zone and fearful and nervous and
alive.
yeah.
It's funny though, yeah. It's
And
like,
the adrenaline rush.
because when as an adult do you get an adrenaline rush? Bar the odd bit of road rage, or you hear the kid caught somewhere, and you're like, where is she? You know what I mean? But in the grand scheme, we don't have adrenaline anymore. Adrenaline for people is when they get an email from the boss and and they're like, oh, I never got that thing done or whatever. It's not a healthy. This is what I love about something like going hiking or trying a big deadlift or competing in jits or whatever it is that you're purposely putting yourself there and you have the choice to come away from it. Whereas if your boss calls you in an email or in the meeting, that you might not be able to go, oh, and actually, I don't fancy doing that today, that you sort of have to do it. When you put yourself in a stressful situation like that as an adult, you could turn away from, that you could say, you know what, I'm not going to compete on Saturday. I'll tell Michael I'm not going up the mornings on Sunday, I'll not trim my nail on Saturday. You have that option to back out of it. Where to put yourself in there and commit, there's something quite nice about it, and the rewards from that. So yeah, first comp went well.
I won, yeah. Took gold.
Took gold.
Yeah. Couldn't believe it. It's crazy. It really is crazy. Afterwards,
I take full credit also, 100%. To be fair, we should give Graham and the club a shout out.
Yeah,
I think it
Michael
was
helped me a bit.
Michael, to be fair,
Yeah.
Michael will be pretty shit hot out.
Yeah, I remember right in the car park afterwards in the car, phoning the wife, telling her, phoning you, Michael, that adrenaline rush from it was unbelievable. I'd never experienced anything like that before.
And it's a lovely thing about Jiu Jitsu because you're not doing an MMA fight in your 40s. You're not going to do a boxing match in your 40s. You're not getting punched in the face. From a risk point of view, if you get caught in a bad position, you can tap or whatever. But the big thing for me is where you used to be to say that thinking of the guy who wants to lose weight with the other guys in work and doing the Weight Watchers-y type thing to where you are now. And that to me is that journey of doing that this Saturday and doing your big walks on the Sunday and stuff is the thing that sort of I want guys to take from that, where you do evolve as you go through this process.
Yeah, and there's things like there may be things around the corner for me months time, a week's time, but I haven't even considered, hasn't even entered my head now that I'll have an opportunity to do, and I'll go, yeah, I'm going to do that.
Having fulfillment in your life because you're doing so many different things. And that's what, probably to cap it off, is that's what training has done for you.
Yeah.
Whether it's your strength training and being that wee bit fitter, you are now Will 2.0 compared to the Will that sort of started off a couple of years ago. Any advice for anyone wanting to start off in a bit of a journey? And
if you're thinking about it, obviously you want to do it. So I just do it. Don't fear it. Just put yourself out of that comfort zone and just go and do it. Be consistent.
Be consistent.
Be consistent, I'd say, is the big thing.
I've done, see, I've had you, Aaron, Mike fit at 50, we Kevin, A-Team Andy was on. I think I've done 5 dudes. I don't know if I've done anyone else. But the patterns, if you were to watch the 5 sort of chats with the guys, are all very similar in their thought process. That it's, again, there's a deeper understanding to it, and I think anyone should go and look at the client sort of chats and see what are the clues of success. It's having that fear, overcoming it, putting yourself out there, being consistent, sticking to the plan long enough to, and enjoy the process.
Yeah, it's not a short-term fix. If you want the beach body, your 6-8 week program to lose weight to go on holiday,
it has to be a longer.
It's a long process, and it can be frustrating at times. But just stick with it. Like I say, be consistent, and before you know it, it happens.
That's it. Yeah. You're at the top of the mornings.
At the top of the mornings.
Boom. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit all the buttons, and we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers, that big son.
Thank you.